Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone can hear me. Yep, looks like you can. Hey there. So I am Pam Reeves. Welcome to this week's live. And this week we are talking about or continuing our conversation on enhancing coaching skills, proving strategies for introverted coaches. And so this week we are going to be talking about our strengths, how to leverage our strengths as introverts to be effective coaches. Now, before I get into that, let me take a step back and talk about last week. So, last week we talked about common challenges that we often face as introverted coaches. And so, a couple of those that we mentioned were around self promotion and visibility, energy management, so really managing our energy levels. And we also talked about building confidence. So if you want to know a little bit more about those areas, you can check out my that recording on YouTube, Coaching Conversations with Pam. You can also catch it on Facebook, Coaching Conversations with Pam, and you can also find it on my LinkedIn. Those are the three areas, spaces that you can find me, and you can find videos that I've recorded and have put out there. So, again, I am Pam Reeves. I am your coach here, and I coach career professionals and I help them go from feeling stuck, stagnant, and uncertain to gaining clarity, purpose, and doing it with authenticity. So that's what I do as a coach. And so this week, we are talking about how to leverage your strengths as an introverted coach. And so it's about enhancing your coaching skills. So let's get started. So the first thing we talk about, as introverts, we have some really unique strengths that can really help us to be impactful in our coaching. And so one strength we're going to talk about is deep listening skills. As introverts, we have a very unique deep thought process. And so listening very intently is cool for us as introverted coaches. And so when you think about deep listening is one of our superpowers because it really helps us to connect with our clients on a deeper level. So when you are kind of practicing and tuning into your deep listening as an introverted coach, it really helps you to focus on your client, acknowledge their emotions and their feelings, and really be very thoughtful in the powerful questions that you ask the client. And so it really helps to build trust and rapport when you are utilizing your deep listening skills as an introverted coach. You can also, it's important. So when clients are feeling heard, it can be a really powerful session because they feel like you hear them, that you are there with them. And so, really practicing your deep listening skills is a strength, a superpower that you can really use as an introverted coach, and it can be very impactful. So, that's one strength we can leverage. Another strength to leverage is thoughtful reflection. So, when you think about thoughtful reflection, it really enhances our coaching effectiveness. And so, what I will say about this is take some time to reflect after your sessions. When you are done with your session, what do you do? Do you just close down the computer and you're off to the next thing? Or do you really take the time to reflect on that session? What went well for you as a coach? What were some things that you did well? What are some things that can be improved? And then what's your plan of action? How will you take that and improve it for the next session? So, thoughtful reflection is definitely a strength that you can use as a coach to really help you to be more effective. It's also good when you can use thoughtful reflection with your clients. Allowing your clients or giving them an opportunity to have that space to think. Many times our clients are coming from different situations. They may be processors, so they may need to take information and process it. So when you give your clients space to explore their thoughts, explore their feelings, explore their options, it can really be impactful, and it can tie into that deep listening, because not only are you listening to your client, but you're also giving them an opportunity to really explore their own thoughts, which can help them to have some better options and outcomes to their situation. So ensure that you are doing your deep listening skills, that you are practicing and utilizing that as a strength, and also that you are utilizing thoughtful reflection as another strength. And then the last thing that we'll cover today, that's another strength for introverted coaches and for those of us who are introverts, is empathy and understanding. This is our ability to really empathize deeply with our clients, to help us to create a safe space for them, being that supportive coach. So when you have that empathy and understanding, you're able to give them a space where they feel safe, that it's non judgmental. They can be themselves and they can share with you their different challenges. Again, it ties into building that rapport. So it goes back to that deep listening and also having a level of understanding because you are present with your client. So using empathetic statements to validate your client's feelings. This will definitely encourage and open and honest communication. So you utilize your strength as with empathy and understanding with your clients and really helping your clients to make the connection. Give them the space to explore. I know there's times when I have done coaching sessions, and maybe the session was uh, listened to by someone else, and they maybe was making comments like, was there too much silence there? And could, or sometimes the client may be doing a lot of talking. I, as a coach, like to allow my clients that space. So whether it is to give them space to talk and to get everything out that's on their mind, or what is challenging for them, or just understanding where they are, and or if there's silence, just giving the client that space to have that silence. Silence is okay. I used to think that I needed to fill that space up by asking another question, but I found that when I just allowed that to be, I found that the client had more to say. And then began to understand that, some clients use that time to just kind of think and kind of use that time to really figure out what their options are. So you definitely want to make sure that you are having that empathy and understanding with your clients and being present with them. And that takes me to competency 5, ICF core competency 5, of maintains presence, that you are there with the client. So let's just take a look at these again. So we have deep listening, ensuring that you are actively listening to the client, because when you are actively listening, you're able to pick up on words, phrases, or cues, things that they may say multiple times that you could bring to their attention. And so deep listening is definitely our superpowers as introverted coaches. The next thing is thoughtful reflection. It's taking the time to pause and really write down some things about what transpired in that session for you. You can also use thoughtful reflection for your clients. So giving them again that space to explore, helping them to understand their feelings and understand what their options are. And then lastly, when we think about um, our leveraging our strengths as introverted coaches, is around empathy and understanding, meeting our client where they are, allowing them to embrace where their situation is, being present with your clients. And so this is what we mean about leveraging your strengths as as introverted coaches. Like, you have these skill sets that, even though we call them like quiet strength, but even though you have these strengths, you can definitely utilize them to your advantage to help you to be an impactful and an effective coach. So with that, I'm going to take a moment. I see a couple of people. Let's see if I can find where they are. So I'm just going to take a look. I can't find them again. Let's see. All right. Okay, so I do see I have a couple of people here. So thank you so much for joining. And so I'm going to wrap this up and you can join me next week. We will be on part 3 of enhancing your coaching skills. And next week, we're going to talk about practical strategies for success. And so you can watch this. You can catch me live on YouTube. Coaching Conversations with Pam is my YouTube page. You can also catch me on LinkedIn. And you can also catch me on Facebook under Coaching Conversations with Pam. So, with that, keep elevating your potential and exceeding your limits. Take care.